Yeah, yeah. This one called Time. Mm.
Yo, 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 what's up? What's good? What it is? What it do? From the one to the two, from me to you, it's the boy and the crew. How long will he go? I don't even know. I'm gonna stop right there. And yeah, we're gonna stop right there. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Anybody who is new, anybody who is subscribed already, anybody who is just dropping in because of the title and you wanted to check out what the channel is about, welcome to all. And glad to have you here, y'all. We're gonna kind of get straight into it. Not much to talk about here, except for the fact that we have one of the highest MC lyrical miracle, whatever you want to call it, on the mic today. We have King Los. Dun dun dun. Take a moment. Moment taken. If you don't know King Los already, y'all, you sleep. He is one of the top lyrical um rappers that have been in this generation. No doubt about it. He doesn't get his respect. And I'm not even gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna go into a whole intro. We have other King Los videos where we kind of already talked a little bit about it. But man, what a goat. So we're gonna go ahead and get into one of the best freestyles that I have ever heard in my life. I've heard a lot of freestyles since. I heard this a little bit ago. I definitely remember a lot of it because good content sticks with you. But we're gonna visit it. We're gonna visit back on it because, like I said, this channel, if you haven't been here already, this is about talking about good music. I've seen a lot of the content that I'm going through. I'm obviously gonna react to new music as it comes out, but I feel that just because I've seen something doesn't mean that I can't go back and talk on it. And if you fucking with that vibe, fucking with that energy, go ahead and drop a like, drop a share, drop a comment. Let me know that you're here for the ride. I'm telling y'all, all it takes is one comment to let me know that we're all in this together. And when I say we, it could just mean me and you. It can mean five of us. And maybe one day it can mean hundreds of us. But all it takes is one. So if you rocking with the channel, drop a comment, like, all that shit down below. Let's go ahead and get into it. I don't even have my microphone on. I'm out here slacking, y'all. All right, King Los, LA Leakers, what you got for us? Let's get that screen nice and big. This is dropped back in 2019. LA Leakers is a very popular platform. They're known to have some very great artists on there. I can't say any off the top of my head, but I feel like everybody I've seen going here, they got that shit off. But King Los, he's different, y'all. Let's see what he got for us.
Yeah, LA Leakers, just right. Incredible sour milk.
You know that, man. One of the best to ever do it. And after this freestyle might just be claimed the best to ever do it. Man, listen. B-More's in the bill.
Pay attention to that line. The best to ever do it, guys. This ain't no joke. These men, Just Incredible and Sour Milk, DJ Sour Milk, they see rappers every day, maybe every week. So for them to say the best to ever do it, that means something. People pick their words wisely.
I might just be claimed the best to ever do it. Man, listen. B-More's in the building.
Baltimore.
410.
410.
When King Los calls,
Ravens.
The only question is, or the response is, say when.
Yeah, exactly.
Say when.
Exactly. He said the Baltimore Ravens sent him here today.
Yeah, I appear in courtesy of the Ravens.
Okay.
Beautiful.
West Baltimore.
Love it when people throw on their set, throw up their hometown. Even if it's not their hometown, just giving back to where you came from is always beautiful. Look at this man's drink, y'all. I forgot. This man is different. I don't know if vegan is the word for him, but he definitely is on some different health shit. What the hell is that? I think it's called green juice. But everybody just says green juice. Like, what is green juice? If you know what that is, comment down below. Or maybe it's just a general statement for anything. You know, it could be whatever, as long as it's green. I don't know.
We just gonna jump right in it like this?
Get right to it, Los.
We just gonna do it like that?
He want an intro.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was an intro, but I guess he want more. He feels like he deserves it. So if you feel like you deserve it, speak on it, son.
I don't even get it. Okay, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Look.
What you got for us, Slow?
Let me talk to him then, Sour Milk.
Okay.
Let's do it. Look, they say it never come to fruition unless the vision is crafted. My drive is relentlessly, repetitiously mastered.
Already, y'all. First two lines. Can I even recite it? They say it'll never come into fruition unless the vision is crafted. My drive is relentlessly, meticulously crafted. So not only is he just hitting you with the multi-syllable words, flexing his vocabulary in the first 2 lines, he's already, and you haven't watched our old videos, yo, check out the Coach Contra. They're on that same energy wave. People who speak with a purpose are people who should be at the top of all of these charts. Like, mainstream media just pushes out toxicity, and I guess it's all for a reason. But it's just insane that that's the way that the world works. People who are saying shit like this should be at the top.
For wishing unless. Let me talk to him this, Sour Milk.
Talk to him.
Look, they say it never come to fruition unless the vision is crafted. My drive is relentlessly, repetitiously mastered.
Oh, relentlessly, repetitiously mastered. That's different. I said meticulously. And I don't even know what that means. But repetitiously, that means that he has been here before. He's done this. He's on this Leakers freestyle, but he's probably recited this fucking verse that he's about to do repeatedly because he knows that where he is somewhere to stand out. A lot of times people get on radio shows and they might just want to spit some shit off the top to show that they can freestyle. But that's not what you need to be doing. If you know that you have a platform to show off, then goddamn, prepare and practice.
Come to fruition unless the vision is crafted.
This is going to be a long video, y'all. If you ain't fucking with that type of shit, I might stop on the same or other sentence 2-3 times. Because if it's a bar for bar freestyle, like King Los likes to deliver, we're going to have to go bar for bar. It's a 12-minute video. We may be here for the next 30-40, and that's calling it short. But let's go. If you're fucking with it, drop a like, share, comment.
Drive is relentlessly, repetitiously mastered. Progress is positive, pessimism is backward.
Right.
Since failure ain't attractive, my next decision was drastic. I made it.
Beautiful. Since failure wasn't an option, my next decision was drastic. That just means he was going all in. He was not gonna fail. So the next decision that he makes, it's gonna be something that shakes the game. One way or another, he's gonna get what he needs.
Positive, pessimism is backward. Since failure ain't attractive, my next decision was drastic. I made it out of pitfalls strictly due to my passion.
Right.
Supreme intellect, not to mention wisdom to match it. Name another nigga that put up 50 at practice. This shit is magic. Even my exhibition is classic.
Beautiful, beautiful. Name another nigga that put it 50 in practice. He's just flexing right here, and that might be. And he said this shit is magic. I believe there may be not a rumor, but a fact that Magic Johnson, I believe, you know, Michael Jordan, all the greats, they go hard in practice because practice is where you really need to try shit out that you won't do on the game until you get it right in practice. So practice should be where you're really going the hardest. But a lot of people don't do that. People take practice light, like, oh, we just need to kind of slow up and get our shit right. But he's over here putting 50 in practice. That is intimidating as fuck. Like, if I came to practice and I'm just trying to jog and get my workouts in, and you over here dropping 50 points, now I have to go hard because you're finna make me look bad in front of coach. And that type of energy is what needs to be done because all it does is uplift spirits. Like, yeah, I might think you're doing the most, but I also feel inspired, and I might start doing the most, and I might start trying to feel myself. It's all beautiful. It's all beautiful.
Funny, I ain't end up broke. At practice, this shit is magic. Even my exhibition is classic. Funny, I ain't end up broke like you predicted. It's 1,000 niggas like you. No need to be too specific.
Yeah. That's beautiful, y'all. We one line later have to stop it again. It's funny I ain't end up broke like you predicted. And it sounds like he's talking to somebody specific real quick, like, right? Like, he's looking at somebody, he's like, huh, I remember he said you would be broke. So you might thinking like, who is he talking about? But then he backs it up and says, it's 1,000 goofies like you, no need to be too specific. And that's really what it is, y'all. People are silently haters. They ain't calling in you when your face broke, but when you start some shit up, they may not support your shit out of spite, out of intimidation of you being successful. That's one of the biggest things that I had to get over with when I started creating content. Because you hear it all the time, but once you actually do it, you don't realize that it's true, that you don't really get the support from all of your friends and maybe even family like you think you will. And it's crazy because that's not something you should expect, but at the same time, it's something you expect. Like, some of my homies, I'll be thinking like, damn, if you were going to do some shit, I would definitely be supporting the fuck out of it. But then there's other homies that do shit and I don't support them. So, you know, it's all about relationships, and you can't just let that shit get to you. It's not even about just relationships. It's a lot deeper than that. But trying to recollect thoughts right here. 1,000 goofies like you, no need to be too specific. He's just saying, like, everybody's hated on me, and I don't even have the time to direct energy at anybody. I'm just going to acknowledge what was done upon me, and I'm going to move forward.
I outmaneuver goofies like you with a few decisions. When the proof is missing, you get reduced to a euphemism.
That's beautiful, y'all. Outmaneuver goofies like you with a few decisions. So he's just saying you make smart decisions, and you're gonna end up around people who make smart decisions. Like the circle you hang around with is ultimately gonna be what you end up bringing into your own life. Just because it's all about give and go, right? We said that in the last video. We've said it in multiple videos, and then maybe it's just an aesthetic or a vibe that the type of rappers we listen to bring, but it's just something that gets brought up every time. Balance, y'all. What you give in gives out. If you put in nothing, you get nothing. If you put in work, you get work back.
I outmaneuver goofies like you with a few decisions. When the proof is missing, you get reduced to a euphemism. Shit, the truth is wicked. I just threw a surprise party at a see-through mansion, my nigga. I'm stupid gifted.
Threw a surprise party at a see-through mansion. How are you gonna throw a surprise party in a see-through mansion when you can see through it, right? And he's saying, but I did it. And that just means how stupid gifted I am, because parties give a gift, and the whole concept of a surprise party is stupid at a see-through house. But also he said the truth is wicked, and it's crazy. That second line was the bar of the sentence, but the truth is wicked. When I hear that, that's the one that stuck out more to me, because the truth is wicked, bro. If you think about a lot of the shit that has happened in history, it's all told from a perspective of the winner most of the time. And because of that, you don't have the full story. But if you were to look at the full story of a lot of these situations in the world, that shit is wicked, bro. That shit is wicked.
I just threw a surprise party at a see-through mansion, my nigga. I'm stupid gifted. This voodoo mixed with clear struggle and sheer hustle. I'm trying to stretch hands, string me too long and I tear muscle. Nigga, where was it when we was down and we slaved in kitchens?
Right.
With my homie putting cut on that bird like it's Cajun chicken. I'm amazing. They parade, but my crown wasn't made to fit him. You got signed off my signature style. That's plagiarism.
Beautiful wordplay. Signed off my signature style. That's plagiarism, because I believe he's a ghostwriter, or he writes verses for artists, which is fine. I mean, get your bread up, but he needs to get his credit, right? People will take his work and literally just run off with it and say that it was there. And that's literally stealing somebody's signature is what plagiarism is, ain't it?
Miyagi with it. Try to kick it made to fit him. You got signed off my signature style. That's plagiarism. I'm Miyagi with it. Try to kick it like I could kick it. You just begging to get buried alive, but I can dig it. Shit.
This is all just good wordplay. Miyagi with it. Kick it like I could kick it. Karate Kid. Begging to get buried alive, but I could dig it. It's just cool puns that he's doing off of common sayings, but his flow is impeccable right now. It seems simple, but he's already spitting at a level higher than 90% of the rap game.
Cock the biscuit, map is like I could kick it. You just begging to get buried alive, but I can dig it. Shit, cock the biscuit, map is block out and plot a visit. I'm in a Honda Civic with lip stickers. I watch him visit, plot and listen. Get close enough that I could kiss him. Since he pessimistic, I ain't run into my optimism.
Oh man.
Ugh, forgot about that bar, y'all. Crazy. Since he pessimistic, I didn't run into my optimism. So optimism obviously is the opposite of pessimistic, so it's just a wordplay. But I didn't run in my optimism, my opportunity to miss him. I didn't mess that up. And that could be a double on some other shit, but that's kind of how I took that. And then what did he say with that? I'm in a Honda Civic with lip stickers. I watch him visit. I plot and listen. Get close enough that I could kiss him. That's just another play. It's just scheming off of lipstick. He just knows line for line how to connect shit over, y'all.
Pessimistic, I ain't run into my optimism.
Oh yeah, I didn't run into my optimism. I said opportunity, but also my opponent. I didn't run into you just to miss you. I came to hit these bullets.
Oh man.
Come on, man.
Oh, that
Come on, man.
Los.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on,
Hey,
man.
They want that old thing back. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
What else we got, baby? Oh,
You come on the LA Leakers show, man.
Oh,
We're gonna
my
be
God.
He
fully
switch up.
prepared.
The legendary beat. If you don't know, honestly, tell me, because I don't know the original, and that may make me sound like a noob in this rap shit. But hey, man, I don't know everything. Hey, man, but this I do know is also from 8 Mile. Mr. Everybody in the 313, put your motherfucking hands up and follow me. Everybody in the 313, put your motherfucking hands up. I'm messing up my numbers, y'all. We gonna move forward.
look,
King Los, LA Leakers.
man. Look, everybody in the 410.
Yeah,
Playing
man.
off of that 8
Yeah.
Mile shit.
That was just
Yeah.
the warm up. That was just the
Look.
warm up.
Warming up.
Look, To hip hop, I'm Socrates. I'm top 5 in the 5th spot to mockery. The 5th pop, you do the Macarena or get rocked like Slipknot's discography.
Eesh, came in hot. Oh my God, what was the first line? He says so much.
5th spot to mock.
To hip hop, I'm Socrates, a Greek philosopher. What's the word? Philosopher? I was about to say sickle. Y'all know. But a Greek philosopher who pretty much just inspires everybody else's thinking.
The 5th pop.
And then he said the top 5, but the 5th spot's mockery. So he's top 4.
To hip.
And then he said the 5th pop. I did not ever really know exactly what he means. So if you know specifically what that refers to, let me know down below. But I'm assuming, or I'm guessing, that he's saying from 8 Mile, Eminem had the part where he was like 1 pop, 2 pop, 3 pop, 4. And then he didn't go to a 5th. And he's saying that he's the 5th pop. But that seems like a far-fetched idea, because saying that he was the 5th pop was on the opposition of Eminem. But maybe he's just playing off the original. I don't know. Let me know down below, y'all.
Pop, I'm Socrates. I'm top 5 in the 5th spot to mockery. The 5th pop, you do the Macarena or get rocked like Slipknot's discography.
Bar.
Your clique watching me, hoping I stumble. Your bitch watching me. You know it's a jungle. She like lions, not liars, nigga.
Right.
I figured you'd be slow to rebuttal. She standing there drooling and dripping. You could only be humble, just be a gentleman. And put your jacket over the puddle. You poodle, that pun was a
You poodle, that pun was
puzzle.
a puzzle. That was just beautiful wordplay. He said, your bitch standing there watching me dripping and drooling, and you can't do nothing but be a gentleman. So put your jacket over the puddle of the drool and drip that she's creating for me. And saying that's just disrespectful, ain't it?
just want a Rapunzel, you know, a gentleman, and put your jacket over the puddle. You poodle, that pun was a puzzle. I just want a Rapunzel, you know, she keep them extensions and she come with them bundles. Have fun with them double entendres, as I beg.
Have fun with them double entendres. I love when they give you some shit and then they flex on it and say what I just gave you. He said, I just want a Rapunzel, you know, she keep them extensions and she come with them bundles. Extensions like clips in the gun, and bundles, I'm guessing, is a term for a bunch of drugs or money. Who knows? It could be anything. He said it's a double entendre.
Get pardon from the nonsense that's sponsored. I'm non-responsive. Have fun with them double entendres, as I beg your pardon from the nonsense that's sponsored. I'm non-responsive, just armed with a conscience that's in and out dimensions like triangular shape. Isosceles flying saucers, defying the laws of physics. My mind's like a luxury prison. Ain't no escaping these bars exquisite.
So this is what I call a category of stupid rap, because it was so intellectual, it was stupid. What did he even say? I can't even explain to y'all, but we're just gonna listen to it back.
Just armed with a conscience
I'm
that's
not
in and out
responsive.
dimensions like triangular shape.
That's in and out dimensions like triangular shape.
Isosceles
Isosceles is a type of triangle.
flying saucers, defying the laws of physics.
Flying saucers defying laws of physics. Like, I guess this is, I don't know specifically what he's saying, like what that message translates to, but I do know he's just giving you a bunch of goddamn astro vocabulary.
My mind's like a luxury prison. Ain't no escape.
And then my mind is like a luxury prison. My brain is like a prison, but a fancy one. Ain't no escaping these bars, exquisite. Behind bars like a prison, and exquisite is a simile or whatever the word is for luxury. Fancy talk, y'all. He's just smart. That's all you can say at the end of it, right? He knows what he's doing.
These bars exquisite. I breathe law and speak art exhibits. I'm black man.
I breathe law and speak art exhibits. That's just who the hell says type of shit like that? Like, you really are Socrates.
Prison ain't no escaping these bars exquisite. I breathe law and speak art exhibits. I'm black magic like Shaq spinning off his pivot. Niggas reaching, dog forget it. Even that metaphor was a metaphor for how it's hard to get it.
Eesh, the wordplay, y'all. So he said, I'm black magic like Shaq spinning off his pivot. Shaq a big ass dude, and when he spins off his pivot foot to shoot into the goal, that's basically black magic, because it's something that cannot, you know, it's just, he's gonna score it. Like it's almost magical the way that nobody can get up there. And then he furthered it and said, niggas is reaching. So say Shaq is reaching over to shoot it, you're gonna reach to try to knock it out, obviously. And then he's going into another scheme saying niggas is reaching, and then he changed his mind and said even that metaphor was a metaphor for how it's hard to get it. So those are just two different examples for how hard to get it is. But he didn't finish the second one. He just changed his mind. It's so intellectual. The way he set that up.
Y'all ridiculous.
Yeah, look, we only 3 minutes 19 in, and we are at about 20 minutes of recording. I'm saying, if you fucking with this energy, I'm fucking with it. So just let me know down below to keep rocking with it, and we're gonna keep more content coming.
Love to take facades and hype it. For was a metaphor for how it's hard to get it. Y'all ridiculous. Love to take facades and hype it.
Right.
Like I ain't blessed with some shit I gotta guard my life with.
Right.
A lot of rappers try hard to bite it, but they joints ain't nearly as tight as with this arthritis.
Yeesh. Beautiful wordplay. Arthritis. They joints, their songs, the projects they create, but also obviously the joints in your elbows. I don't know specifically what arthritis is, but I know it has to do with your joints being tight.
My plight is, if you live hard to bite it, but they joints ain't nearly as tight as with this arthritis. My plight is, if you lyrically fit, you got something from me.
Right.
Even niggas I wrote for it and they send me my fucking money.
Right.
I ain't got a song with such and such.
Why?
You wonder, buddy? I'm the only one that got overlooked by his understudies. I feel
Yeesh. Beautiful, y'all. I mean, I feel like at this point we're just gonna talk about every line he said, right?
if you lyrically fit, you
He said, my plight is obviously my problem. If you don't know what plight means, if you lyrically fit, you got something from me. So just like he said, he's Socrates. He inspired the game. He is the reason that people got all lyrical and started talking about this real shit.
got something from me. Even niggas
And then also he's a ghostwriter. He sends people verses and people just run off with it. He said, niggas I wrote for and they send me my fucking money. Why I ain't got a song with such and such? You wondered, buddy? I'm the only one that got overlooked by his understudies. So simple wordplay, but also why he's telling you about some real shit. So that just makes it so much harder.
one that got overlooked by his understudies. I feel disrespected to the core of my soul.
Right.
My skill been perfected, no ignoring my glow.
Nope.
I will lift a weapon and perform my foe.
Okay.
Then still raise my son without ignoring my goals.
Boom, right there. And that's how you do it. That's how you do it. He said the cool, what's the word? Cliche gun bar. I will lift a weapon and perform my foes. But then he backed it up with some real shit and said, and still raise my son without ignoring my goals. And that's the thing that rappers lack. All they do is talk toxicity. I'll put on one of the newest songs out and I swear it'll all just be toxic shit. It's not going to be, this is fucked up, I'm going to do some fucked up shit, but I'm also going to do some good shit like he's doing. It's a balance, y'all. It's a balance that needs to be done or had.
My raps perfect the dream weapon and perform my foe. Then still raise my son without ignoring my goals. My raps perfect the dreams that I see in the night. So I ask to project. Being, I'm a being of light. To be in this arena, I mean just to be in this light. You might need the work ethic of a Venus and Serena, then study the sun and Jupiter while Venus in between them. My
Where do you stop, y'all? Where do you stop? He said, I astral project, which means he's a spiritual individual. And astral project, I believe, is to almost meditate and leave and have an out-of-body experience. Kind of just visit other spaces in your head and really center yourself.
need the work
He said to be in this arena, I mean, just to be in this light, you might need the work ethic of a Venus and Serena. Obviously, they're sisters, but Venus is a goddamn planet also. So he said, and study the sun and Jupiter while Venus in between them.
Think of a Venus and Serena, then study the sun and Jupiter while Venus in between them. My city full of hustlers, you seen the demeanor.
Crazy.
88 dope boy,
Right.
clean in the beamer, but it's deeper than a four-finger ring in his beeper when his mama was a crack.
I don't know exactly what that means. Was deeper than the four-ringer? I don't know. I heard him. I'm gonna repeat it back. Comment down below if you know what that means.
Clean in the beamer, but it's deeper than a four-finger ring in his beeper when
Deeper than a four-finger ring in a beeper.
his mama was a crackhead that thinks she was a diva, and his daddy was a hothead for the cream with a fever. You just trying to live life. Nobody gets your plight,
Right.
but you on teams with the Reaper, the bitter.
Oh, now he's calling people out. He's saying, I can't say specifically because I didn't understand the last whole little setup. I understand mom was a diva, dad was a crackhead with a cream for the fever. You just try to live life, but nobody gets your plight. So I guess it's coming just from the point of somebody saying that their shit is hard and they're not getting what they deserve, all while working with their oppressor. And to get specific, I believe he may be talking about blacks not fighting for black empowerment, and also saying that black people have it hard. But if he's talking about something else, let me know. Let me know. Just knowing King Los and his agenda, I could see him meaning that.
Consequences seem sweet and sweet, But you on teams with the Reaper. The bitter consequences seem sweeter and sweeter. To be an achiever, duck 3 from the heater.
Oh.
Plus the prison population got the streets in the sleeper.
Right.
But you a smooth criminal. You can make that quarter flipping off one hit. You could turn a king to a leaner. Well, my cousin made.
That's beautiful. Obviously, Smooth Criminal, Michael Jackson. It starts off with him putting the quarter into the machine, and then the Michael Jackson lean. We all know that. But it's also, he's just saying this beautiful simile situation metaphor, and he's comparing it to real life. He's called someone a smooth criminal. You can make that quarter flip, flipping drugs, and turn a king into a leaner. A king, we could just say a black king, a strong black man, and coke was put into. I'm not gonna get real political with it. Let's just keep it simple, right? If you know specifically what he means, then let down below. I just don't want to speak on stuff I don't know. But I'm turning king into a leaner, someone who's of high status. You give him some drugs, and that's gonna fuck his whole mind up. He's gonna turn into a leaner, a cracky, a dopey, whatever you want to call it.
You can make that quarter flipping off one hit.
Off of one hit too, y'all. All it takes is one hit.
You could turn a king to a leaner. Well, my cousin made 60 million and couldn't quit. It's a thin line between a fucking fiend and a dreamer, nigga.
That's deep. His cousin made 60 million and couldn't quit. There's a thin line between a fucking fiend and a dreamer. And that's some real shit. He made $60 million, y'all. I tell myself now, if I make 1 million, I don't need to make more. Does that sound lazy, or does that sound selfish? Or do I really just feel like I could be content with having enough? And that's to be decided. Nobody knows, you know, it's all opinionated. But to make 60 million and not be able to quit, the thin line between a fucking fiend and a dreamer. A fiend is somebody who wants something so bad that they're gonna risk everything to keep getting more. Like a crackhead, you would call them a fiend. He's gonna get some crack, and then he's gonna fucking get some more money, not have enough money to pay his bills, and he's just gonna focus on the crack. He's now not focused. And a dreamer is somebody who wants something bad, but they're just dreaming it. They don't have it yet. So it's like discipline, right? You reach your dream, and then now what? Do you make more dreams, or do you just settle? And it's all to be decided. Nobody knows the answer, y'all. Nobody knows what happens tomorrow. So how are you supposed to know what to do today?
Oh,
King.
Hold on.
King.
King Los.
I want this to keep going.
27 minutes in on the third beat. Third through. Maybe we'll get this done in 50 minutes. But who knows? He only heats up as he goes. Let's see what he got for the last verse.
Can we do one more beat?
Drinking on that green juice.
We cannot let you leave without.
Did you see his eyes when he heard the beat come on? He was like, y'all want me to go stupid.
Can we do one more beat?
Look at him.
We cannot let you leave
was
without
shocked.
touching this beat.
And he took the jacket off. My man looked clean, bro. I really respect people who can pull off a white fit. And beyond that, a white sweater. Like, it's all white. You can't make one mistake. But as long as you don't, bro, you look clean as shit. You look like a Air Force.
Let me get into it.
King Los is here. The
He took his jacket off and said, let me get into it. He's about to go stupid.
green juice is here.
Highly professional, widely respectable mind and vision, cosmic celestial, extraterrestrial rhyme encryption, intergalactic perpetual cognitive sonic rhythm of a verbal god constructing astonishing composition. Man, my competition ceased to impress me.
Bro, what the biggity fuck? Okay, let's break that whole shit down, y'all.
Extraterrestrial, professional,
Highly professional,
widely respectable mind and vision.
widely respectable mind and vision. Talking his shit, saying people respect my mind and vision.
Cosmic celestial,
Cosmic celestial. He's a fucking star.
extraterrestrial rhyme encryption.
Extraterrestrial rhyme encryption. So alien, extraterrestrial rhyme encryption. The way his rhymes are set up is just out of this world on some Wayne shit. But intelligent Wayne shit. Wayne just never said something like that. And he's talked about being out of this world in 200 different ways.
Intergalactic,
Intergalactic,
perpetual cognitive
sonic rhythm.
sonic rhythm.
Intergalactic, perpetual cognitive sonic rhythm. Are you kidding me?
Of a verbal god constructing astonishing
Of a verbal god constructing
composition.
astonishing composition. A verbal god, a lyrical god on the mic like he is.
Man, my competition, sonic rhythm of a verbal god constructing
Verbal God constructing astonishing
composition.
Composition is like your work, your lyrics, your verses. A verbal God constructing. That's insane, y'all. He just used like 10 6-syllable words and made it all make sense.
Man, my competition ceased to impress me. I need challenge.
Right.
And mumble rappers only exist
Why?
because I need balance. When I seek
Flex.
malice,
That's a flex. Like I said, y'all, balance. Mumble rap, it sounds good, but it needs to be a balance. People need to keep lyrics alive.
I need challenge. And mumble rappers only exist
because I need balance.
When I seek malice, revenge reeks of a sweet foulness. I defeat cowards. Remove your shoes at the Sheik's palace.
Listen,
I rebalance the
that's
solar
just God talk.
system with chakra energy. The binary code in my carbon causes divinity in the glowing.
Eesh. The smartness in this man. The binary code in my carbon causes divinity. I've never, ever, ever, ever heard anybody say anything like that. And I maybe never will again.
Chakra energy.
I rebalanced the solar system with chakra energy. Like, are you God? Are you Thanos? Are you him? Or are you just King Los? Jesus.
Binary code in my carbon causes divinity in the glowing me. But I can't even grow in peace. These fake conscious niggas vibrating too low for me.
Right.
Watch what you throw to me.
Okay.
Boy, ain't no hoe in me. I crack heads with this KC and it ain't Jodeci. Niggas bad.
Forgot about that bar. I crack heads. I knock people around, but I crack heads with this KC. So K like a gun, a AK, whatever. I knock it with the gun. You see what he's talking about? You see? But Casey and Jodeci, crackheads.
Me over. Can't nobody over. Kids with this KC and it ain't Jodeci. Niggas bad see me over. Can't nobody oversee me.
Right.
I fry that nigga egg. You think he getting over easy?
Simple
I'm a
but
mix of
fire.
over Weezy. Andre Biggie flows and Yeezy. Pac and Pun, Big L and Jeezy. Pimp C, Juicy, Gucci Easy. 2 Live Crew infused with Stevie. Wonder how they view me, see me.
Yes.
Rick James, James Brown, MJ Breezy. SNOOP for Sheezy. 8-ball MJ, GODB, DOB or CMC. DMXC, PMD. Master P and CMB. The G and me.
So he just named like 20, his top 20 list. Maybe not even his top 20. He just said he's a mix of all of these different artists into one person. And he rhymed their words together so effortlessly. He included little puns in there. He said something infused with Stevie. Wonder how they view me, see me, because Stevie's blind, obviously.
The mans that you see, DMXC, PMD, Master P and CMB. The G and me, the mans that you fit me with them. But in the scope of things, I'm way more 50 than M.
That's a bar. Interscope Records was founded by 50 and M, but also he said in the scope of things, the way you look at things, 50 and M, they're on the label and they both go stupid. They have some of the best songs ever. I actually need to look into their discography. So if there's some songs you feel should be reviewed on this channel, let me know down below. But he said there's these 2 top heads, but they also have contrasting personalities. M is super lyrical, controversial white boy, and 50 Cent is just super gangsta, spitting about drugs and guns and shit. Opposite of Eminem, but they both go hard. And he said in the scope of things, like Interscope Records, I'm way more 50 than M. So he's just telling you like about his personality while also giving you amazing wordplay.
The mans that you fit me with them. But in the scope of things, I'm way more 50 than M. They took my hopes and dreams and turned me to a savage. 21, Tony Montana, she gripping my shotty. She called me Poppy, I whipped the Bugatti. She ride the ditties like it's a Ducati.
Yeah.
She do some cardio, listen to Cardi, then turn on some Nicki and switch to a Bobby. Then she thinks she Lola, she vegan, do yoga, then roll us a blunt and we listen to Molly. Body called homicide.
Yeesh, did you hear that, y'all? He got fast on us first off, so he's supposed to flow up, just flexing the skills. But then he said she do some cardio while she listened to Cardi. Cardi B gives some hype ass music. It's up, then it's up, then it's up, then it's stuck. You know that? And then he said, I roll us a blunt, listen to Marley. Bob Marley is the GOAT. I might have to put him on this channel just because, man, the lyrical, the OG of all OGs when it comes to music. What else did he say?
Some Nicki and switch to a Bobby. Then
Turn on some Nicki and switch to a Barbie.
she thinks she Lola, she vegan, do yoga, then roll.
She think that she Lola, she vegan, do yoga. I don't know who Lola is. but I'm sure she has something to do with veganism and yoga and spirituality.
Listen, blunted, we listen to Molly. Body called homicide, this is the body.
Right?
I throw dick in the body just to kick it. Dick in the body just to kick it with me. A bitch do karate. Like, to this world, I'm a star. You ain't thorough, you ain't thorough. You a girl, you a broad. I got a glick, it got a stick. I got a burl, I got a rod. If nerds looking for beef like Harold and Kumar. I'm from a block.
I love when they do a bar that you know is gonna finish. Nerds and Beef, Harold and Kumar, go to White Castle, get the burgers.
Got a rod. If nerds looking for beef like Harold and Kumar. I'm from a block where the methamphetamines move. And the crooked judicial systems never let the kings rule. Where history falsified and taught in every school to disconnect you from your culture like everything cool.
Yeesh. That's the crazy thing, y'all. And it's going on today. This Freestyle was dropped in 2019, but today they are still erasing history from the books, disconnecting us from our culture. Us means black people. They're disconnecting us from our culture and like everything's cool.
And taught in every school.
Every school.
To disconnect you from your culture like everything cool. See what having low self-esteem do? Got you praising the lineage of oppressors with recessive gene pools. Ooh.
Y'all, that's a packed one, y'all. And I'm not even gonna go super deep into all of that. But he said, you see what having low self-esteem do? And that's what was done onto blacks. They were demoralized and broken down to have low self-esteem. And because of that, now we're praising a lineage of oppressors. We don't have to say who that is, with recessive gene pools. And that's just another way of saying, like, you know, when in your DNA you have, what's the word, dominant genes and recessive genes. Darker skin is dominant, brown eyes is dominant, curly hair is dominant. But to be recessive means that you don't have those abilities, or not abilities, you don't have those characteristics. So you most likely have lighter or white skin, you have blue eyes, green eyes, or you have straight, super straight hair. It's just it's kind of weird how you think about it, right? The recessive gene pool is in power over the dominant gene pool. And it just goes to show, like, everything was done for a reason. Like, white people felt intimidated back then and knew that they had to do something. Not even knew that they had to do something. They felt they had to do something to not be taken over. But to have that mindset in the first place was what set everything off. Humanity has just been fucked from day one.
I guess from that perspective, we are full of oppressors with recessive gene pools. Ooh. I guess from that perspective.
And I hope that saying that type of stuff doesn't offend anybody, because all it is facts. All it is facts. And we said, he said earlier, the truth is wicked, y'all.
Lineage of oppressors with recessive gene pools. Ooh. I guess from that perspective, we are foes.
From that perspective, we are foes, right? You suppressed us, and now you're in power when you're not supposed to be.
Oppressors with recessive gene pools.
Nobody should be in power. Nobody should be in power. Everybody should be empowered. EMPOWERED. I had to make sure you know exactly what word I used. We should all be empowered. I believe in government and a system of organization, but it shouldn't be like this.
I guess from that perspective, we are foes. I mean, you niggas was accepted, we was chose. If you don't postulate what I aesthetically propose, and we don't vibrate, that means we diametrically oppose.
That's just the smart way of saying, if we don't agree with the same thing in politics, then we're gonna end up, something's gonna happen. Nothing good.
I hope this message electrifies.
Right.
The European be leveraging privilege through ethnic bias.
Right.
If you ain't do no scholarship on this, don't dare speak. This that ether that's gonna separate leaders from mere sheep.
There's that ether that's gonna separate leaders from mere sheep. This is what he's doing right now. He's talking about something that's so controversial and straightforward that you can't do nothing but listen and understand and also acknowledge where you lie in all of this.
No scholarship on this.
If you didn't do no scholarship on this, don't dare speak. Like, he did his studies. He knows what he's talking about, y'all. This is all facts. He's not giving some opinionated ass view on the world. He's telling you how shit worked out, how shit is, and how fucked up that is.
Don't dare speak. This that ether that's gonna separate leaders from mere sheep. It's like whipping on the back of a slave with bare feet when historically black college universities pledge Greek.
I don't want to speak too much on that because I don't know the full history, But I understand the gist of it. Historically black college universities who are empowering black people only. When you sign to a fraternity or fraternity or I didn't go to college, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know all of these vocabulary words that y'all make up over there. But I do know that all of those things, a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are founded to go back to Greek history and not African history. And I'm not going to say too much more on that because I don't know the specifics. But I understand what he's saying that here. How are you historically black but pledging Greek? And maybe there's a reason that I don't know. But for him to say this gives me reason to think that there's not much of a reason. Or there's not that much of a good reason.
This that ether that's gonna separate leaders from mere sheep. It's like whipping on the back of a slave.
And that's what music should do, y'all. It should invoke conversation. If you don't agree with what he said, explain why. Don't just deny it and say that's bullshit. Say why it's bullshit. And if it's a good enough reason, then whoever reads it will agree and be like, oh no, you were right. And just talk your shit if you feel like it needs to be talked. But don't talk unless you know about it. Like he said, if you didn't do no scholarship, you don't have to have a scholarship, I guess. Because like I said, I ain't go to college. But you need to at least have something to reference to. Don't just be talking out your ass.
Slave with bare feet when historically black college universities pledge Greek. It just isn't in your favor.
Right.
It's of sick, twisted, sadistic, ritualistic nature.
Right.
Look, you think it's odd they slave you if the slave master ain't served the same God they gave you? 400 years. Hard.
Jeez, the mic cut off.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Look. You think it's odd they slave you if the slave master ain't served the same God they gave you?
Right.
400 years later, and you hardly stable, and you turn around and beg that same God to save you.
Heavy stuff, y'all. Heavy stuff. I guess let's just kind of break down what that means. You think it's odd they slave you if the slave master ain't served the same God they gave you? Back in the day, religion was given to slaves as a way to cope with the evil that they were facing, right? They said, pray to God, or maybe it wasn't given. Just slavery is something that really empowered religion, and it made it really, what's the word? It became almost the way for black people to live and connect. Like, if you just think about it, going to black churches is a lot more spiritual, there's just a lot more heart. People really have fallen into religion, and that could be a scheme that the slave masters put on us just to justify their love, right? Because if you think about it, they made God super passive when he wasn't. God was not passive. He spoke out against the wrongs to the point that he got killed and died for our sins. But also at the same time, they're trying to say, turn the other cheek if someone hurts you. Just pray for this and that. If something good happens, blame it on me. If something bad happens, blame it on me. It's almost like a sense of responsibility is given away once you give your life to God. And I hope I'm not stepping on any feet, but that's just a fact, right? Like, once you have put all your faith in God, so to say, you kind of just are letting life do you instead of you doing life, because you're accepting that there are bigger powers that be and you can't do stuff. And that's not the truth, y'all. You can do stuff. The way change happens is by changing shit, not by just praying and hoping. And that might hurt some feelings, but that's some real shit. But you think it's all they slave you? The slave master didn't serve the same God they gave you. 400 years later, after slavery's dead and gone, it's not dead and gone. I mean, I know it's still in different parts of the world. In America, slavery has been, it's not even dead and gone. Let me fix that. Slavery is still alive and well. It's just masked. It's just hidden. If you look into the Constitution, they literally did not end slavery. They said slavery is just stopped until you are arrested and put into a prison. And then you are considered a slave again legally. And what did they do next after they made that rule? They made rules that would enslave or arrest black people, putting them back into the prisons, turning them back into slaves. If you look at any jail system and see how they're living, them motherfuckers are living like slaves, bro. They work for pennies a day. They can't have any free right. And I understand a lot of times if it's murder or some violent crime, that's what's deserved. But people are going to jail for an eighth of weed, for 2 grams of weed. And then the system is built for you to not get out. So that one occurrence turns into 2 easily. It's just fucked, y'all. It's just fucked. Let's just keep going. We're getting off track. 45 minutes. It's gonna be a long end. If you still here, y'all, let me. Every time I make a video, I'm thinking like, damn, I'm talking too long. But I know myself, I like to watch long videos and see people really talk about some shit, especially off of conversation that was invoked through a beautiful song or message. So I'm gonna keep on going. We're gonna upload this bitch. I ain't editing and recording all this shit. It may be an hour long, but if you rocking with it and fuck with the vibe, you want some more King Los, let me know down below, y'all.
They serve the same God they gave you 400 years later, and you hardly stable, and you turn around and beg that same God to save you.
Crazy.
Look, word to the sunrise. Homie, save yourself. Everything else, get a thumb drive.
Right.
The young lives of black queens lost, misplaced, who've been raped, beaten, indoctrinated, and disgraced. We've been wet, shackled, and mutilated, put through degradation, disrespectfully viewed. And
I like that. We've been wet, shackled, and mutilated. And then he kind of had a verse, a pause where he didn't say what he said, because he's just saying all the things that have been done to black people, and then he left a blank, and that really makes you think, like, what was he about to say there? And I just think that leaves room for thought. Like, you feel it in yourself, because whatever evil thing that you think he hasn't said yet, that probably was done to black people. We have really gone through the most and are still standing strong and are leading the nation in terms of sports, entertainment, music. Everything that's really fun in life, black people are kind of killing the game in. And maybe that's originally why they did what they did, because they just see.
Truly flagrant, treated like shit, put through degradation, disrespectfully viewed and hated. Truly flagrant, treated like shit in this fucking nation.
Right.
Then in 1850, slaveholders came with this publication called How to Make the Ideal Slave. Now dig the vision.
Evil.
Rule number 1 was...
Isn't that crazy, y'all? Imagine, don't even imagine, because it's real. They wrote a book on how to make the ideal slave. I'm not even going to go further into deep that. I'm going to say it again for you. They wrote a book and published it and sold it in stores to other people on how to make the ideal slave.
Called How to Make the Ideal Slave. Now dig the vision. Rule number 1 was unconditional submission.
Yeah.
Keep them in place with authority, because rule number 2 was create inferiority. And Ye
breaking them down.
Said that slavery was a choice, but let's be real clear.
Talking about Kanye, he said Ye said that slavery was a choice.
2 was create inferiority, and Ye said that slavery was a choice, but let's be real clear. Rule 3 was take away their voice and instill fear. And hell yeah, I could see the passion in your eyes. I admire your perseverance for your fashion and your grind. But rule number 4 is why that hat was our demise. You keep the slave interested in the master's enterprise.
Sheesh. He just tore Kanye up right there, right? He said, I admire your perseverance for your passion and your grind. But if you don't know, then you live under a rock. But Kanye has come out, not recently, I think it was around 2019. He came out supporting Trump, wearing the Make America Great Again hat, saying, just co-signing Trump, right? I think he was also about to run president, which was a problem because that would just split the votes between, the other half of the Democratic, you know what I mean? But he said, you keep the slave interested in the master's enterprise. And that's kind of what Kanye was doing, right? He ran for president, took away some votes. He got his shit off, but he also co-signed Trump. So he kind of just literally put himself under him and said Trump is still the one to vote for. It's all fucked. It's all fucked. I can't find words sometimes. Words fail me, as Jake said in Adventure Time. If you don't know Adventure Time, get your shit together.
Is why that hat was our demise. You keep the slave interested in the master's enterprise. Because rule number 5 was the province of education, information, recreation. Look, you listening to me?
Teach them. We listening. Teach them.
Let's just talk real quick about that. I know we're stopping it a lot, but goddamn, I told you that's what we're here for. Rule number 5 was the privacy of information, don't let us know things so that we can come out of a hole. Education don't let us learn things also for that same thing. Recreation, and if you really think about that, that's some fucked up shit. They didn't let us do anything back then, so all we had was our imaginations and the least of tools. So now you think about the most popular sports in the world is soccer, where all it takes is a ball, a square, and 2 goals. And there's basketball, where all it takes is a ball and 2 hoops. When there's so much more intricate sports, you know, there's hockey, there's lacrosse, there's all these sports that are, I want to say, more complicated and could be cooler if it was done at a higher level. Not to say it's not at a high level now, because now that we are able to all play sports, black people can play any sport, and it's kind of becoming more free as we move into generations, that we're starting to have more golfers, hockey players, and all that stuff. We're now starting to take over that game. But it just goes to show, like, we lead the world in what's cool, right? Like, the simplest shit is what's the coolest shit.
Look,
Low.
you listening to me?
Yeah.
Teach them. We listening. Teach
To the
them.
province of information, that's a psychological prison. Niggas have yet to come out.
Right.
Cause the slaves caught you. Man, hold up.
Hold up, what you saying?
That's a psychological prison. Niggas have yet to come out. If the slave master caught you learning, they cut your tongue out.
And that's just some wild shit. Really take some time to think about what he just said. Thinking about it, if the slave masters caught you learning, they cut your tongue out so that you can't talk and have the ability to teach somebody else about what you're learning. Do you know how evil and smart and manipulative that is? It will cut your tongue out so that you can't teach somebody else about some evils that you learned. They just don't want you to get smart.
Y'all hear me?
Yes.
You hear him?
Yes.
If the slave master caught you learning, they cut your tongue out. Then segregation 100 years was so thorough. No wonder so many kids on drugs in this cold world.
Jeez.
Nigga, shout
That's a
out.
bar. KOD. Segregation 400 years later was so thorough. There's no wonder there's so many kids on drugs in this cold world. And that's true, man. Kids on drugs, we're just trying to cope with the pain and the past. And the only way to do that is to find a vice at this point. Because there's nothing else is changing. So all you're doing is just finding a way to live with the pain.
J. Cole.
Mind blown.
Look, hold up.
Mind blown.
I go off the top with an hour bill. I am just incredible. I'm a vegan with sour milk. Alright, I quit.
You just finished that barn. A vegan with sour milk.
Los. King Los.
Insane.
They call him that for a reason.
This ain't fair.
I
Man,
don't
it
even
ain't
know.
fair.
I don't know how any rappers can go after that. That's
Yeah, right.
Freestyle 95. I'm glad
Right.
we did it before the year was
95?
over. Yeah, it was 95.
Oh, man.
Freestyle
2019,
95.
King Los,
Yeah,
I'm
LA
glad we
Lucas
did
Freestyle.
it right before the end of the year because it's going to take them to like 2024 to digest those bars.
Hey, he ain't lying,
Pick
y'all.
those
It's
bars apart and figure out what
2023,
the
and I'm
hell-
still trying to figure this shit out. He said that shit the best. Hey, but shout out to King Los. That was a long video, but it was well worth it. I hope y'all stayed to the end. Anybody who did, drop down and let me know that you rocking with the content, with the crew. We're gonna go and end it up here. There's gonna be a lot more content to come. Subscribe to the channel if you rocking with the journey, y'all. I love y'all. Make sure you take time to tell somebody today that you love them. Peace.